We're back again. Had to do the live again. We were not recording apparently, and we want to thank our subscriber letting us know that voice is also wonderful to hear in 2022. All right, Iris. So we want to just check in and see how you're doing. For those celebrating the new year, some celebrated in March, April. Some kicked it off 3 days ago with fireworks and all kinds of great things. But what's your theme for 2022? What is your resolution? Can we say you got some New Year's resolutions? Definitely want you to put them in the chat below. We definitely want to be inspired and to inspire others. So share, what do you think are some great things to get started this 2022? Despite what they say we're in, you can still be living your best life. So how can you do that, Irises? This is Interracial Spiritual Experiences, just starting the year off for those that start in January with some good things. We want to let everyone know that you can simply be your best. And we want you to, include in the chat below, how can you be your best? How can you be your best self? Do you need to do a survey? Do you need to ask friends and family? Like, what are my problems? Be prepared. Iris says, if you put out a survey that you might get some negative feedback. And sometimes that's the only way we can grow. So number one, feedback. To be the best, you need feedback. You need to be able to take constructive criticism. Now, that's a whole other topic in itself. But if you can't accept constructive criticism, then, get used to criticism in doses so that you can be where you need to be. And sometimes it's a painful process, Irises. Sometimes it's painful. Growing pains is what they call them. And, to be the best, you simply must grow. Because without growth, how can you be who you are? So, growing, number one, growing is pain, to others, you will become, a little not so who they want to see that day. Because you might run away a couple of friends and family with your change, with you simply being the best. Sometimes you will create haters simply being the best. Can you deal with the fallout? Number two, Irises. It's okay. When you grow, you leave some things behind. And some people and friends and different things like that must be left behind. It happens. But we don't want you to feel bad about that. Iris, is what we're saying is that sometimes you're not done, and when you're not done, then that's when you have to realize that I'm going to keep going on. Now, it's a guy named Andy Mino. He has some great music out there. You'll check him out. And I like how he says some things, But you got to be prepared, Irises, so that when people realize you're not done simply being your best. You're not done simply just tolerating excuses of why you can't and why you shouldn't be who you've been destined to be. 3, focusing on the best, your higher power to encourage you to strive to live to be your best. It doesn't matter who follow you. The best sometimes have the fewest followers. If you read the good book, how many followers follow Christ to the cross? Simply having his best moment where he single-handedly wrestled this world from Satan's grasp. How many people, Irises, do you know that simply live to be their best? Yesterday it wasn't good because they weren't their best. We want to keep you motivated, keep you inspired, keep you striving to simply be your best. Because when the best comes out, sometimes the fallout, irises, some people can't handle. But that's not the problem. That's not your problem. Was you all right? So what we're saying is, to be the best, sometimes you got to hang out with the best. And sometimes you have to commune with those that commune with you. Celebrate with those that celebrate with you. Sometimes, irises, it can be a lonely, lonely journey. But that's why we created this channel, Interracial Spiritual Experiences, to do it like none other, to be like none other, to encourage like none other. We want you to continue to be the best. If you're not the best in 2022, let's become the best. Let's stop living with the excuses of what can't because we haven't seen it. Why don't you be the best so people can see what that looked like? Be the best in that you are the one to continue to be the hero in your life, to be the best in your life. Because you're not done. You're not done with the striving and training and doing what you need to do. And I like the way Tina Turner put it, simply the best. And when we talk about interracial spiritual experiences, why not have the best relationship ever? Why not be the best person in the relationship ever? Taking that high road, not the low road. Taking the road that is less traveled. Because it's hard being the best. Staying at the top, at your top and your best game. As they say in sports, why not be about your A game? Don't come up here with less than, and let's make 2022 different. We want to encourage you that it can be done because we've seen the best. We know the best. Maybe it's you. Maybe you are the best. Encourage, inspire others. You know, we talk about inspirational readings. Number 4, another way to be the best. Inspirational music that encourages you to stay the best. To maintain. And if you're the best, then continue to maintain that. The best in how you're treating your body, your mind, your spirit. The best in how you're eating. Even though you're having your worst day ever, you can still be the best. You know, a friend told me about a movie named Rocky where at several moments Rocky was down and out, but he kept on striving to get back in the ring. Even though he was on the ropes at times when he didn't even think he was going to get back up off the mat. 2021 was like that for most people. Some people lost a job. Some people lost their primary residence, secondary residence, and their residence is the same of what the post office like to ride on. So for some, last year wasn't a good year for them, and the year before that, and the year before that. But 2022, artists, let this be your greatest and your best year. It can be your best because you can hang around the best that will inspire and encourage you to live your best life. Whether other people are doing it or not, that's beside the point. You are not in competition with other people. You're in competition against yourself. You're in competition to be and to have the better patience, more fortitude, more stamina. And whichever way your lifestyle needs to change for you to do that, you're in a race, irises, a race to be the best. And only the best will win and survive. You're in a war against yourself, a war against the past. But you can win this thing because the best won. The best won on his worst day. You can do the same. So, folks, this story in the Bible about a man named Jabez. And most people heard about it because he prayed. Number 5, prayer could be a way you can be the best. Pray about what you want to be about. Be about what you want to be about. Be about who you are about. Say it, Iris. Say it. We want you to say it because it as though it is. Speak it like it is. Say it. I am. I will become the best. Oh, here you Irises. Come on, say it with me. I am the best. I will be the best. I will accept nothing less. I want you to say it, and I want you to say it loud. Say it so loud you can hear it. Say it so loud you're scaring people. You're dreaming about it. You can't eat because you're thinking about it. How bad do you want to be the best? You know, there's some Olympic and some outstanding champions in this world of whatever their expertise was. They wanted it so bad, they changed their whole lifestyle. They started training at the age of 3, like Gabby and some of the other gymnasts, like Simone Biles, like a lot of the Olympians. They trained at a young age. They had to sacrifice time with their friends and loved ones and family just to be the best, knowing at some point somebody would overtake their records and overtake what they've done, but that's beside the point. At one point in time, they were the best. That moment that they attained to the height of their perfectionary moment was what they lived their life for. What is your moment, Irises? What is your moment of where you want to be in life, of how you want to strive in life, and how you want to create more haters in your life, you know? Because that will come with the territory, you know? Jealousy and misery loves company. And if they see you happy, then sometimes it attracts others that just bring you down with their negativity, their attitude, their lack of motivation. But you can't let that rub off, Irises. We're motivating you in 2022. This is your best. Like the prayer to best, you have brothers. Sometimes in your own family, Irises. Family members are just not wanting to be their best. And so when you strive to be your best, it rubs them the wrong way. It makes them feel guilty. But that's beside the point. You can't do anything about others' reaction to you being the best. You just continue to do and progress to that elite status of being the best. I'm not saying the best is rich. I'm not saying the best is in the best relationships. But what I'm saying is in the end, when it's all said and done, if you have attained to your best person, the best character, the best traits you have ever had, then you are the best. And you let no one else tell you otherwise. Irises, simply be the best. That's all we're saying. We want you to attain to the height of your perfection. We want you to attain to be the greatest. You know, Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. You know, he was always saying that. Because he wanted to be. He strived to be. He didn't accept anything less, Irises. What are you doing? What kind of training are you doing? Who are you hanging out with? I mean, what are you doing, Irises? This is 2022. When are you going to get it and let's go? That was our theme for last year. Let's get it. Let's go. Irises, you can do this. Right? You got this. Keep going. Keep striving. Keep moving on. If it's starting a new business this year, fine. Let's get it. Let's go. If it's getting into a better relationship where you're valued, where you're protected, where you're loved, get it. Let's go. You need some help, Irises? We have a internet access point called Interracial Spiritual Experiences, spelled out.com. Go to it. Subscribe. Enroll for a coaching session. If you think there are certain personality traits and things you're doing to drive off you from attaining to be your best, sign up for some life coaching. Sign up for some attitude adjustment. Your attitude will determine your altitude. Some have told you you're too negative. Some have told you you just don't have what it takes. Well, let's get into some training. That's what all the best and the brightest have done. Somebody has mentored and trained them to be in the status and the position they're in. It's a team. Life is a team sport, ours. Let's get in the game. If we're going to get in the game, why not win? So we're trying to encourage you this year to let's win at whatever you're doing. Let's strive for greatness in whatever you're attaining. You can do this. You were made for greatness. Let's live on purpose. Let's live on purpose, Irises. What is your purpose? Living your best life without regrets. So we encourage everyone to live their best life. Okay? Without regrets. Regrets from the past. Regrets from the in the future. We just want you to live, Irises. Why just simply exist? You can't do anything about the past. You can do something about the future. Let's do this. Remember, repeat after me, Irises. I am the best. I will have the best patience. The best, I will be the best in striving to be kind to my fellow man. I will strive to be the best in my relationship. More patient, more loving, more kind, more considerate. You can be the best. I'm going to be the best employee on the job. Conscientious about my work. Arriving and being there productive instead of watching the clock. Even though you might hate the job. Be the best, Irises. Do what you have to do to be who you have to be. And no apologies. You don't have to apologize for being the best. Because there is none else. If you get to the top and say, I am the best, live in the moment, Irises, when you get there. Don't apologize. Don't put yourself down because it took you a while to become the best. Enjoy the moment. Going back to the prayer of Jabez, he had family members that weren't the best. He came from a family of people that weren't their best. That was okay for Jabez because that wasn't what he was attaining to be. He was attaining to be the best. So he asked for some prayer to help him on that journey. And he prayed and he said, enlarge my territories. It was 3 things he prayed for. And because he had been practicing, because he had been working on himself, because he had been working and achieving and striving to be who the Almighty wanted him to be, he got his prayers answered. Oh, you're doing the homework, Irises. You're rolling up your sleeves and getting it, as they say in the South, you getting her done? You got to get her done. Get it done, Irises. Stop living with excuses of why it can't be. Because if you don't become the best, somebody else will. Why let somebody else have the blessings that should be yours? So be the best, Irises. Another story of a man that was the best. Read up on him. His name was Job, or Jobab, as some people call him, in the Bible. This man was richer than most kings, Irises. The man had some money. And of course, there was a lot of people that liked to hang around Job because he was a good man. But the minute Job got down on his luck, the minute Job started to have some problems with him being the best, heaven was bragging on Job. Job was the best. But sometimes the best can have down moments in their life. It's said that Job had 38 years not being who others classified as the best, because he had lost all his money, he had lost all his resources, he even lost his wife and children. No fault of his own. When you're the best, sometimes you will lose things. But Job didn't take pride in the things he had. He took pride in the relationship he had with his higher power. When he coined the term naked, came out in the world and naked I leave. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Sometimes the only way you can be the best is by blessing the name of the Lord. Yes, I'm bringing religion into this because this is interracial spiritual experiences. Spiritual experiences can help you become the best. You can continue to deny it all day, every day on Sunday. What we're saying is, why not take a chance at simply being the best with a spiritual component? I'm not talking about meditating on the air or meditating on the universe. Let's call the name of what the name is, the Almighty's. Why not meditate on that? Why not become the best because they are the best? Why not have them put you in training where you can look and see and know how to behave when you are the best? Job was the best, so he already knew how to behave in good times and bad times. 2020 was a bad year for most people. 2021 was an even worse year for most people. But when you're the best, from year to year, it doesn't matter. When you're the best, time has no factor. So whether it was 38 years, Job was on a dung heap scraping sores off his body, when his friends were his worst miserable comforters in history. It doesn't matter because he was the best. When you're the best, outside external influences don't matter. It's an internal struggle you had and you overcame. That's what we're saying, Irises. That internal struggle, you can do this, you can win this, because it's already been won. All you have to do is wallow in the fruits of the labor of your Almighty's to help you stay the best. That's why he came down, because he knew you have the best in you. He just needed to bring it out. With his sacrifice, he brought out the best in you. So we ask everybody to wallow in that sacrifice that he had. Give him all the praise. Another way you can be the best. And he will enlarge your territory like Jabez. He will give you double for the trouble you had to deal with in life if you stay on his team. The team of the best. See, those that are the best, they run in flocks. They run in pairs. They run in triplets. They're not doing it alone. So we want you to join us here on Interracial Spiritual Experiences, trying to create a atmosphere of those that are the best. You don't have to put anyone else down to become the best, but you have to lift someone else up to remain the best. And why not uplift the upliftable? Love that unlovable. Strive to achieve the unachievable. That's all we're saying, Iris, is you can do this. Because you have a team behind you. Here on Interracial Spiritual Experiences, we want you to become a part of our team. Go and log in to interracialspiritualexperiences.com. We do a lot of fun things. We go skating on Monday nights at Skate Zone. Come join us. We have a wonderful time, Irises. Wonderful. Oh, yeah. Why not hang with the best? And you can continue to be the best. We want to thank Mason Hall for joining us. We want to thank you all for enjoying and hit the replay. And definitely, we're just here encouraging everyone to live their best life. To simply be the best. 2022 can be your year because you're naming it and you're claiming it. We're just here motivating, inspiring those to be champions of their life. You don't have to let the news, you don't have to let the naysayers, the negativity, the haters determine whether you will be the best or not. One, we just a recount. We said, one, to be the best, you have to mentally go there, name it and claim it. Number two, You have to get in the atmosphere of those that are trying to become the best. A team. 3, don't shoot yourself in the foot, irises. Don't do things that will make you take further steps back instead of further steps forward. What we're saying is, ours is to be the best, you have to motivate yourself. You have to look at those that are the best. Look at those like Muhammad Ali, his story, Jackie Robinson, their story of how they became the best. They have records that still have not been overcome yet. How do they do it? What motivated them? What kept them going? Some of them, like the gymnasts, like Gabby and Simone Biles. I mean, they're naming floor routines and exercise routines after them because at the age of 3, they were disciplined. They were determined to be the best. They didn't let the haters, as you saw them walk on to their platforms, they had to pass by all the naysayers and the haters. They tuned that out. Have the ability mentally to tune out those that are not. Get in your zone. Go with your A game and get in your zone. That's all we're saying, Iris. You can do this. This is interracial spiritual experiences. Sometimes hanging around other cultures, hanging around other people, being influenced by the positivity that they have going on in their community. Let that spill over on you so you can be the best. True? Are you a tutor? A life coach, a mentor, whatever you need to do to get in that zone, do that, irises. Financially, spiritually, relationship-wise. Some people you have to let go. Everybody is not a part of your life story. They might be on a journey with you, but it's okay to X them out of your life story. Sometimes it's okay to kick people off the team. If they're only bench warming, get them off the team. We want you to be an active participant in your life, irises. This is interracial spiritual experiences. If you need life coaching, hit us up, chat. You can contact us at b@iris.club. You can go to our channel, our website, interracialspiritualexperiences.com. What do you need to be your best self? If you need counseling, then hey, book a session here, somewhere else, whatever you need, wherever you need to go. Do that so you can be the best. Because if you don't be the best, someone will be. And just like when we talk about the prayer of Jabez, he wanted to be better than his brethren. He wanted to be better than his family. He wanted to be his best self. And he didn't mind praying about it. Sometimes you got to pray about things. Pray about everything. Worry about nothing. Let's be about it this year, irises. Because this is 3rd day in. Let's get it. Let's go. We're excited. We want you to be excited. Don't let things like whatever's going on and whatever new this and new that, if it's not helping you to live on purpose. We want you to live on purpose. Live a life without regrets. Regrets that you should have taken that moment. You should have taken that job. You should have bought that house. You should not have gotten that car. You should not have gotten involved with that person. That's the past. What are you going to do in the future? Let's be about it. Let's go for those good relationships. Let's be the best person in the relationship. Let's go for those financial goals. Maybe starting a business, maybe getting your taxes right, maybe getting your paperwork together. Whatever it is, let's get it. Let's go. If you don't get it, someone else will. So again, we're just here to motivate, to inspire, to let you all know that you don't have to do this and be on your journey alone. Always chat with us. Come with us on the journey of being your best self. See, we just want a whole world of people being their best self, living their best life, treating people like they want to be treated. I know what a wonderful world that would be. Wonderful. Why can't we be about it? Let's start the change we want to see. Let's be the change we want to be. You can do this, irises. Well, we're going to be signing out. We just wanted to give you a little motivation and read the story of Jabaz, read the story of Job, how the best still went through hard times, but still arrived on top. So, Iris, sometimes it's hard to get there without your higher power. Why struggle when he's made life easier for you to stay on purpose? Do what he says do. Live your best life without regrets. Signing out, Irises. Join, like, subscribe, share the channel. Let's motivate others. Let's not get it all ourselves and be selfish about this thing. Let's spread the good news and the word that we are loved. And because we are loved, no greater love as any man. And he laid down his life for a friend. You are loved, Irises. And we want you to feel it all over. All right, Irises. Remember, be the change you want to see. Be the one you want to be. Let's go get this thing. You ain't done. Let's keep going, Irises. You got this. All right, Irises. Check you later. Signing out.